I'm here today because I am appalled, outraged, constantly find it incomprehensible that I live in Britain today and we are supporting a genocide. The injustice of it is just intolerable, and this is all we can do. The anger that I feel is really at the moment directed to the UK government and media.
And why is that?
Because I find it incomprehensible that we live in a time in the UK where we are still acting like a colonial nation and supporting the US and supporting Israel. It's so obviously absolutely wrong.
Trump has said that, he would like to move Palestinians out and kind of decide what happens to Gaza. What did you think about that?
I think, if I'm honest, I'm unsurprised, because I think people who have been watching it know that was always the intention. I think it was always the intention of the...
He just said it.
He just said it. At least he's being honest, because I think that's what the Israeli government has intended. I think it's what the previous US administration would have supported as well. And at least he's had the courage to come out and say it. But it's clearly appalling.
That's quite a big key you've got in your hand. Can you tell me why you've brought it with you?
It's to represent the return to their houses, to their homes, and it's just for their right. It's an emotional thing.
It's a symbol.
Absolutely, it's a symbol. It's an image, yeah.
For lots of Palestinians now, the idea of return looks a bit shaky, a bit uncertain. We've had Trump saying some things about where he'd like to move Palestinians. What was your reaction to that?
Disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful, and it's not going to happen. It can't.
You think it won't go ahead?
I don't want it to go ahead, absolutely not.
How do you feel about how the UK government has acted so far in the context?
It's disgraceful, absolutely. Does not represent me or most of the people in the country either.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Philip, that's quite a sign you've got there. Can you explain why you're holding it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm here because I'm really fed up at the way our government is failing to speak out about the genocide that's happening in Palestine.
And why do you think that is?
Well, I mean, this government has consistently failed to speak out against the atrocities that are happening in Palestine, and you can't help but think there's some vested interest there, really.
Do you think that most people in the country feel the same way as you, or disagree with you, and maybe the government's representing them?
Well, look, I mean, I think there's a whole range of views on the topic, and I think there is a bias in the media which makes it even more important to turn out at protests like this. And, I think it's really important to show solidarity with the people that are experiencing such extreme circumstances in Gaza at the moment. Quite frankly, this is such an obscene catastrophe that's happening at the moment, and such obscene injustice. It compels me to come here today.